good morning everyone. My name is Hetvi Khichadiya. I am currently pursuing my Bachelor's of Engineering from New LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. I am an intern at Coder Edge Technologies. I am here to introduce the topic of UI UX design, which is part of my internship curriculum. Let's start with the content. In this session, we will cover introduction of UI UX, importance of UI UX design, difference between UI and UX, UI UX in software development lifecycle, UI design principles, UX design principles, UI UX design process, common UI UX mistakes, UI UX benchmarking, tools for UI UX, future trends in UI UX, application and conclusion. We will have question and answer at the end of the presentation. Let's move to the next topic, which is introduction. UI. UI means user interface. It is often first and last impression a user gets from product. UI refers to the visual layout and interactive elements of an application that users interact with. UI enhances user satisfaction, usability, and accessibility, which directly impacts the product success. UI acts as a bridge between the user and the backend of the system, which makes complex functionality easy to use. There are three types of UI. First one is graphical user interface. A user interface that lets user interact with devices using visual elements like buttons, icons, and menu instead of text commands. Second one is voice user interface. A voice-based interface that lets user control system using voice commands, commonly seen in assistants like Google, Alexa, Siri, etc. Third one is touch interface. Users interact directly with the screen using gestures like tap, swipe, and pinch, offering intuitive control without a mouse or keyboard. Now let's move to the next topic, which is introduction of UX. UX means user experience. 70% of online business that fail is because of poor UX. UX refers to the overall experience a user has when interacting with a product or service, like how it feels, how easy it is to use, and how satisfying the interaction is. It covers the entire journey of the user, from discovering the product, signing up, using it, getting support, to leaving feedback. UX is data driven. It involves research, testing, and iteration to ensure users are satisfied. UX is not just for website or apps. It applies to any product or service, whether it is smartwatch interface, a food delivery experience, or a smart TV menu. Good UX increases user satisfaction, increases user engagement, reduces bounce rates, and enhances the success of a product. UX is not just about UX is not just about how a product works, but how it makes the user feel while using it. Product may have powerful features, but without a great UX, the features can be easily go unnoticed or unused. Now let's move to the next topic, which is importance of UI UX. There are some powerful statistics, according to Adobe, 88% of users will not return to a site after a bad experience, which is almost 9 out of 10 users. According to Forrester, every $1 invested in UX brings $100 in return. Impact of UI UX. It builds trust and loyalty between the user and the product. It reduces the development cost by fixing the issues earlier using prototypes. It drives conversion and user retentions. Now let's move to the next topic, which is why UI UX is important. Let's look at the two real-world scenarios in which UI UX have impact two tech giants. The first one is Microsoft. According to Statista, on 2nd Feb 2014, Microsoft Windows 8 introduced a bold tile-based interface optimized for touchscreens. However, by removing the familiar start menu, it ended up confusing desktop users. The lack of a start menu, which is a familiar UI element for decades, resulted in a steep learning curve and negative user reception. As a result, adoption rates plummeted. only 15% of business upgraded to Windows 8 compared to over 60% adoption of Windows 7 in the same time frame. Microsoft stock dipped slightly after release, and due to widespread backlash, they rushed out Windows 8.1 within a year to fix usability issues. This misstep delayed enterprise adoption and allowed competitors like Apple and Google to gain traction in user satisfaction and trust. The second tech giant is Apple. Apple's commitment to exceptional UI UX design has been a key driver of its global dominance. With a focus on minimalism, intuitive navigation, and seamless integration across devices, Apple created an ecosystem that prioritizes user satisfaction. For example, the iPhone's simple interface and gesture-based navigation helped Apple capture over 50% of the US smartphone market share as of 2023. Moreover, this user-centric design approach contributed to a customer loyalty rate of 92%, which is one of the highest in the tech industry. Now let's move to the next topic, differences between UI and UX. There are four key features on which base we can differentiate UI and UX. First one is focus. The focus of UI is to visual design and interactive elements, while on the other hand, the focus of the UX is on overall user journey and the experience. UI is concerned with looks, aesthetics, and layouts, while UX is concerned with user research and testing. The goal of the UI is to make the interface visually appealing, while the goal of the UX is to ensure a smooth and intuitive user experience. Example of UI is designing a stylish login screen, while example of UX is making sure that login process is easy and frustration free. Now let's move to the next topic, which is UI UX in software development lifecycle. Each phase of software development plays an important role, from requirement gathering to deployment to maintenance. UI UX is involved in design phase of the SDLC. Design phase is one of the most important stages where UI and UX comes into play. This is the point where abstract requirements are transformed into concrete user-centered solutions that directly impact how users perceive and interact with the product. The role of the UI UX in software development lifecycle is, during the design phase, to translate system requirements and user needs into intuitive user-friendly interface design that ensure both usability and satisfaction. The key contribution of UI UX is crafting wireframes, mockups, and interactive prototypes, defining user flows and experience strategies, collaborating with developers for consistent implementation. Now let's move to the next topic, which is UI design principles. When designing UI, it is essential to follow some key principles by which we can improve clarity, usability, and overall experience of the user. The first one is visual hierarchy. It refers to the arrangement of the element in a design to guide the user's attention in order of importance, making content easier to understand and navigate. Next is consistency, which refers to comparable operations should be activated in the same way. For example, the delete button should consistently perform the same functionality across the entire product, whether you are deleting a user or a product. This helps user build familiarity and trust in how actions behave. Third one is accessibility. It refers to the design interfaces to reduce the number of actions or inputs needed from the user to complete a task efficiently. Design for limited attention. Design should be provide a clear overview with easy access to detailed information, allowing user to grasp content quickly. Next one is simplicity. If the people don't get it, they will not download or they will quit after a quick look. So the design principles are basic concept which we have to follow. The next topic is recognition and UI design. In mobile applications, visual appearance plays a key role in communicating functionalities. Apps like calculator, calendar, and camera demonstrate this well. Their design elements clearly represent their purpose. This intuitive layout helps users quickly understand how to use the app, making navigation seamless and naturally boosting engagement and satisfaction. Uh, for example, PowerPoint thumbnails serves as visual roadmap of a presentation, helping users quickly recognize and navigate through slides based on layout and design rather than reading each title or content. Let's move to the next topic, which is choose the right chart type. Charts are groups. Chart and graphs are plays a crucial role in transforming raw data into meaningful insights. For that, we have to choose right charts. For showing trends over time, line charts are used. Line charts used to track changes or trends over time by connecting data points along a continuous timeline. For comparison and ranking, bar charts are used. Bar charts are best for comparing values across categories using bar length to show differences clearly. For correlation, scatter plots are used. Scatter plot shows relationship between two numeric variables to reveal patterns, trends, or outliers. Distribution. For distribution, box plots are used, which displays data distribution with median, quartiles, and outliers to show variability and skewness. Let's move to the next topic, which is UX design principles. The first principle is user-centered design. The design with users' goal, preferences, and problems at the center for better usability and satisfaction is the key principle. Second one is usability. How easily and effectively users can interact with a product to achieve their goals. Information architecture. It organizes and structures content to help users to find information easily and navigate smoothly. Accessibility. Designing products usable by everyone, including people with disabilities. Iteration. The process of repeatedly refining a design based on feedback and testing to improve the user experience. By embedding these principles into every stage of design and development, we ensure that our product truly meets user needs, resulting in better engagement and higher satisfaction of the user. Let's move to the next topic, which is UI UX design process. UI UX design process includes 5 phases. First is research, second is wireframing, next one is prototyping, then testing, and the last one is launch and iterate. Let's start with the first phase, which is research. In this, we have to define the objectives, we have to understand the problem and set the research goals. Next one is stakeholder interviews, in which we have to gather the business insights and align expectation of that with the product. Surveys. Use surveys to gather quantitative data and identify the trends. User interviews. In this, we have to collect qualitative data to understand users' pain points and needs. Competitor analysis. In this, we have to evaluate solutions for opportunities and differentiation. The next phase is wireframing. In this, we have to visualize the structure. Like as shown in the picture, there are 3 sketches. The first one is about field details. When we press submit button, we have to go to on the second sketch, which is confirm your details. Like this, it shows all whole product flow. Low fidelity layouts, which is used to outline the basic structure and flow of the product. Focus on functionality. Prioritize layout, navigation, and user interactions over design details. Quick iteration, which allows for fast revision and feedback before moving to high fidelity designs. Let's move to the next topic, which is prototyping. Prototypings are interactive mockups which create clickable prototypes to simulate user interactions. Early feedback. It allows stakeholders and users to experience the product before development. Iterative process. Based on feedback from testing, we refine and improve the design. Prototyping is not just a one time step, it is an ongoing, flexible process that helps us move closer to a polished and user friendly product. The next phase is testing. In this, we have three phases. First one is usability testing. In this, we have to evaluate how easily users can navigate and interact with the interface. The next one is feedback gathering. In this, we have to collect real time feedback. This gives us honest insights into what is working and what needs to be improvement. The third one is performance evaluation. We also assess the technical side, checking things like loading speed, responsiveness, and smooth transitions. For example, as shown in the picture, there are three rooms. First one is test room, second one is observation room, and the last one is executive observation launch. In the test room, there are three cameras. One is focusing on user, second is focusing on the documentation, and the third one is focusing on the computer. There is user's workplace with computer and manual. There is extra chair for experimenter in room for a second user. In the observation room, there are monitors which shows view from each camera and mix beam tapping. There are monitors for video editing and mixing controls. The third room, which is executive observation notch, it is for stakeholders observation. They can observe the user's workflow by large monitor screen which duplicates the user's screen. Let's move to the next topic, which is launch and iterate. In this phase, we launch and deliver a polished, user-validated interface to real users with minimal friction. In this, we have to ensure smooth onboarding, responsive performance, and cross-device compatibility. Collect initial feedback and behavior data to identify early pain points and improvement areas. Iterate. Knowing that most industry experts recommend refreshing UI and UX design every 3 to 5 years. The best time to update UI UX is when you start seeing signs that it no longer meets user needs or keeps up with current standards. Let's move to the next topic, which is common UI UX mistakes. It is important to recognize the common pitfall that can negatively impact UI UX. Here are some frequent mistakes which should be avoided. The first one is overloading interfaces with features. Less is more. So focus on what users truly need and keep the interface clean and focused. Skipping user testing. In this, designing without testing is like guessing in the dark. User testing reveals real issues that designers might overlook and helps improve the overall experience. Next is poor error handling. When things go wrong, like failed form submissions or loading issues, users need clear, helpful messages. Poor error handling can make users feel stuck or lost. Let's move to the next topic, which is UI UX benchmarking. Here we have two profile pages of one is of Poshmark and second is of Facebook Marketplace. As shown in the Poshmark profile page, there it has too much information and not enough dividing, which can confuse the users. On the other hand, we have Facebook Marketplace profile page, which only shows recent activities like buying and selling, which guides user properly. Let's move to the next topic, which is tools for UI UX. There are many popular tools for UI and UX. Basically, UI tools are Figma, Sketch, Adobe XD, Framer, etc. Some popular tools for UX are Miro, which is used for wireframing, Hotjar, which is used for heat maps and user testing. There are some collaboration tools on which UI and UX developers can collaborate that are Slack, Zeppelin and Notion. As we have seen the popular tools for UI, the most popular tool for UI is Figma, which gives functionalities like cloud-based collaboration, cross-platform, design plus prototyping in one. First functionality is cloud-based collaboration. In this, we can work with our team in real time, just like Google Docs, but for design. Second is cross platform. It runs on any operating systems like Windows, Mac, Linux, via browser or desktop app. Third one is design plus prototyping in one. In this, we have to create, design, and interactive prototypes in a single workspace. There is no need to switch the tools. There are many popular tools for UX, but the most popular tool is Hotjar, which is used for user experience, which gives functionalities like heat maps, session recordings, conversion funnel analysis, etc. The first one is heat maps. It visually shows where users click, scroll, and hover, helping identify what draws attention and what gets ignored by the user. The next is session recordings, in which we can watch real user sessions to see how users navigate our site to uncover pain points, confusions, or drop off areas. Next one is conversion funnel analysis. It tracks where users drop off in multiple step flows like sign up or checkout, which helps to optimize for better results. For collaboration, the Slack is most popular tool in which UI and UX developer can collaborate, which gives functionalities like real-time messaging, powerful integrations, etc. In real-time messaging, we can send direct messages or chat in channels for team-wide communication all in real time. Powerful integrations. In this, we can connect with tools like Figma, Trello, GitHub, Google Drive, and many others to get updates and share content seamlessly. Let's move to the next topic, which is future trends in UI UX. First one is AI-driven personalization. Interfaces are getting smarter. AI tailors content and layout based on user behavior, preferences, and data, which offers a custom experience for every user. Gesture-based interfaces. In this, moving beyond clicks and taps like swipes, pinches, and even hand gestures, like in virtual reality or augmented reality apps, are making interfaces more natural and intuitive. Augmented reality integration. Augmented reality is being integrated into shopping, education, and training apps, blending digital content with the real world for more immersive experience. The next is ethical design. In this, there is privacy focused UX. As users become more privacy conscious, designs are shifting to be transparent, consent driven, and ethical, putting user trust first. As we have seen future trends, so the application on this is immersive interaction with a computer generated world. The most popular application is HoloLens, which is launched by Microsoft. Microsoft mixed reality headset supports hand gesture recognition, allowing user to manipulate 3D holograms by using natural hand movements like pinching and grabbing. Now let's conclude the presentation. In this, great design solves problems and delight the users. It balances aesthetics with empathy to drive engagement. UI UX is not just a checkbox, it is a continuous process of learning, iterating, and prioritizing the user. In this presentation, we have used these references which have supported the content and visuals in the presentation. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to my friend Khichadiya for her unwavering support. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please enter them in the chat box and I will address them now.